What up, everybody? Back again here with our coordinate plane mastery check. If you do not have a paper copy, you can look at the description of this video. We have a Google Doc link that will take you to that, and you can either work on it on the computer or print it off and work on it. If you do not have a printer or a way to do that, that's okay. You can copy down the questions on a piece of paper and answer them there, and then watch the video to check your work. Why do we do these mastery checks? Okay, it goes along with our favorite quote here at InstructaBeats, which is, it's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. Learning comes from failure. When you fail, you learn the way not to do it, and you continue to grow your brain. You have that growth mindset. Well, we'd rather have you fail here and learn from it as you continue to grow than fail as you take a test in school or when you're going to get a grade on something. We'd rather you do that learning here and then show your mastery when you take those tests. So let's dive right into question number one. Question number one says, which of these points will complete the square? So this is a multiple choice question. I have several different ordered pairs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph the ordered pair where I think it would make a square. I know that a square has to have 4 right angles and 4 sides that are all the same. So in other words, if you are learning about geometry, it has to be a rhombus in a rectangle. So I'm going to put my ordered pair right here because that would make each length 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now I need to pick the answer that matches that ordered pair. So if I start here at the origin and I shuffle over, right, follow the rules, shuffle on the card before you climb up the steps, I need to shuffle over 3. So my x coordinate is going to be 3, and then I need to climb up 7, and my x coordinate is going to be 7. So the answer I want to pick is 3, 7. If I look right here, I see that answer for B. Okay, now this one and I would say this one are trash. C is the other answer that probably most people would have picked if they got it wrong, and that's because they didn't follow the rules. They put the y coordinate before the x coordinate. So as you take multiple choice tests, you start to see that these people who make these tests, they know the mistakes we might make. So if we're not careful, if we're rushing, we probably will find that answer that we made a mistake. So if you were rushing and you put the y coordinate first, then you'll find that answer. Okay, that's why we need to prepare ourselves and be a good test taker and make sure we take our time to answer these questions correctly. Okay, so my answer should have been B for that one. Question number 2, we're taking this to the next step. So it says complete the pattern chart, then graph the corresponding terms on the coordinate plane. My rule for this pattern chart was y equals x minus 4. So if x was 9, 9 minus 4 would be 5. 8 minus 4 would be 4. 7 minus 4 would be 3. And 6 minus 4 would be 2. So now I have my ordered pairs. I have my corresponding terms according to my rule. Now I need to graph them. Okay, so I'm going to graph 9, 5. So I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to shuffle over 9 and climb up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put my ordered pair right there. Then I'm going to graph 8, 4. So I'm going to shuffle over 8 and climb up 1, 2, 3, 4 and put my ordered pair right there. Then I'm going to shuffle over 7. And then I'm going to climb up 3, 1, 2, 3. And then my last one, I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to shuffle over 6 for my x coordinate, and I'm going to climb up 2. And again, if you watched our lessons before you took this, you'll notice that if you don't have any exponents in your rule, then your line will be a straight line. Okay, this is the beginning of an awesome thing called slope in dealing with ratios, but you'll get to that later. So double check that you have the correct corresponding terms in your pattern chart or input-output table or function chart, whatever your teacher calls it, probably function table maybe, and then you graph them correctly. All right, question number 3 takes it to even the next level. So it says Larry the Snake has 2 sets of numbers in his pattern chart. The first set starts with 1, so I see that underneath my X column, and follows a pattern increasing by 2. Okay, so even though this isn't really a word problem where I'm going to write a statement, follow my sides check, I still want to annotate the problem and identify the important words. That's supposed to be a plus sign right there because I know increasing means I'm going to be adding. The second set of numbers starts with 8. I can see that's my Y column and decreases by 2. So I know I'm going to be annotating that with a subtraction sign. and I'm going to be going down by 2. So my rule for my X column is I'm adding 2 because I was increasing, right? I annotated that with a plus sign, so that should be 3, 5, 7. Okay, I'm going to make that a little bit neater. There we go. Try to at least. In my second set, my Y's are going to start with 8 and then decrease by 2. So I'm going to be subtracting by 2. And here are my corresponding terms. Now I need to figure out which of the graphs shows the correct ordered pairs. Here's the biggest mistake that people are going to make on this question. They're not going to check all 4 ordered pairs. They're going to look at the first couple and try to match it up, and then they're going to rush through it, and they might make a simple mistake. So let's go ahead and just start with the first one. So I have 1, 8. If I look at graph A, okay, if I shuffle over 1, it only climbed up the steps 1. If I was graphing this, my first ordered pair should be all the way up here. So I know A is not even an option. If I look at B, if I shuffle over 1 and climb up 8, I see that that has the correct ordered pair, so that one's correct. I put a little check mark by it. If I go to the next one, it says 3, 5. So I'm going to put a dot by this, okay, because the first thing I want to do is kind of slash all my trash, pick the ones I know cannot be right. If I go to C, if I shuffle over 1 and climb up 8, I see that ordered pair, so that one is correct. So this could be maybe a possible answer choice. And if I go to D, I have 1, 8, and again, that could be a possible answer choice as well because that ordered pair was correct. This is the thinking you should be doing as you're taking the test. Okay, the first thing you want to do is slash the trash. Get rid of the ones you know can't be right. So now I have B, C, and D, and they all had the first ordered pair. I don't want to just pick one of those. That would not be very smart. I want to use my coordinate plane knowledge, my ordered pair knowledge, and check my next one. So my next one should be 3, 6. Well, if I shuffle over 3 and climb up 6, that would be right here. Graph B had an ordered pair at 3, 5, not 3, 6. So I know that can no longer be an option. If I look at C, C also had 3, 6. So that one is still in the running, could be right. And D also had the ordered pair for 3, 6. So that one is correct as well. If you were rushing, you might pick one of these without checking all 4. Please don't do that. Now, right now, you have a 50% chance of getting the answer correct because we were able to cross out 2 of them. But we can still take our time and look at the next ordered pair to check which one our answer should be. If I look at C, my next ordered pair should be 5, 4. This one has 5. Oh, sorry, this one has 5. And then it was kind of up here. It was above 4 and below 5, so maybe like 4 3/4. But that's definitely not 4 because that would be directly on this line or on this ordered pair right there. So this one doesn't have the third ordered pair. So let's double check D. D has 5, 4, okay? And so now I know it can't be C because it didn't have all my ordered pairs, but let's double check and just make sure. 7, 2, that's also correct. So D was the correct graph for my pattern chart following these 2 rules that they gave me. Again, if you notice, they'll always try to trick you. Okay, there was 3 graphs that had the first ordered pair. If you just stopped there and picked one of them, you may have picked the wrong one. And probably you picked B because you picked the first one you did and you went A, B, C, D. Double check all of the ordered pairs and take your time. There's no reason to miss this question if you know how to fill out a pattern chart and graph. Don't miss it because you rushed. Thank you so much for taking this mastery check. We hope that you were able to learn a little bit. Maybe you got all of them right, and that's awesome as long as you showed your work correctly, right? You want to make sure you're showing your work, not doing things in your head. But really, honestly, hopefully you missed a couple of them so that way you can learn through your failure and know what to do next time you see a question like the one you missed. Again, thank you so much. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you join our InstructaBeats family. If you need a reminder, you can check out our coordinate plane playlist that we have or our coordinate plane song. Might be an awesome study tool for you. InstructaBeats out.
Take it one step at a time. The second number in the order pair shows how far we need to climb or fall. That's why you gotta shuffle on the carpet before you climb up the steps. You gotta shuffle on the carpet before you climb up the stairs. You gotta shuffle on the carpet before you climb up the stairs. You gotta shuffle on the carpet before you climb up the stairs.